For the first one, what you could have done was, let me stop this. You could have made it into 3 roots, which you then could have FOILed. So like x minus radical 3, x plus radical 3. You could have done that for every answer and seen which one FOILed after this, but in my opinion, the easier way to do it would have been to just solve it. Find one of the roots, take it out, and then use the quadratic formula to find the other 2. How would I find the first root? You could do synthetic division, or you could have traced it on your calculator, either one. Let's go and do synthetic. So none of these are the same. Oh, none of the whole numbers are the same. So I guess once you found the first one, it's all downhill from there. Which one worked? I'll just try that one first. See? All right, let's see if negative 3 divides out evenly. Positive 1/3. Okay, so that would be, where am I? Negative 1, negative 9, 3. And don't stutter. Awesome, my board's doing this today. All right, drop 3, multiply, add, multiply. I'm not seeing. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the 3 at the end. I thought that was just a squiggle mark. Negative 3. All right, and it divided out evenly, which would have left you with the depressed polynomial, just like that. Then you could have solved this using quadratic equation, or just solving it, and found the other 2. But seeing as how only one of them had positive 1/3, the answer was B. Questions about number 1? All right. I can't promise you that. That I won't answer questions on the final. I can promise you that. All right. Find the derivative. Who remembered how to do this? That's right. Limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. What's f of a? Yeah. How do I find f of a plus h? That's right, and you had to cube it, which would have proved useful if you had remembered that thing we did the other day. 3, remember that's the 3rd level down on the Pascal's triangle, which is 1, 3, 3, 1. So that would have been a cube. Y'all remember this stuff? Nobody remembers this? That's disappointing to me. Boom. Plus 11. All right, so we're ready to plug all that into this equation. Of course. Oh yeah. Oops. Sorry. Forgot to plug these in. I don't get mad at you very often, Chris. You're right. You I do. Them I don't. Okay. Of course, you could have just FOILed that out 3 times too if you had remembered that shortcut, and that would have been just fine. Oop. I'm going to run out of space. That was very smart. No, I won't. All right, what should cancel if we did this correctly? Sorry. That's right, everything in the right-hand portion. So the a cubes cancel, the 11s cancel, leaving you with 3a squared h plus 3a. I actually wrote this one. I actually wrote that one twice. Yeah. Okay, 3ah squared plus h cubed all over h. And h cancels on all of them, leaving you with 3a squared plus 3ah plus h squared. Now I need to take the limit as h approaches 0, which is going to get rid of which 2 terms? Yeah, the ones with the h in them. Leaving you with f prime of x, which is essentially 3x squared. You just replace the a with an x. What do I plug in for that? 9. 9 squared is 81 times 3 is 243a. Questions on that one? All right. Okay. Sounds good. Questions on that one? All right. Thank you, Chris. Would anybody like to tell me how they did number 3? Who did it conventionally? Would anybody like to tell me unconventionally? Yes, Chris. How did you do it?
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So first I wrote horizontally, like all the angle measurements and stuff to figure out what B was.
And what is B?
B is 37.2 B.
All right. So we can cross off A. Then what did you do?
Okay, and then I realized that basically the angle measure of A was almost 3 times the angle measure of B. So what I did was I multiplied the side
Okay.
of A
No.
by 3.
Very good. Which would have made it what? B. Yeah, right off the bat. Yeah, but you, okay. That multiplying by 3 thing is not gonna. Okay.
It's actually pretty close.
Okay. All right. C was the biggest angle, therefore it had to be the biggest side, and B was the only option that it had that happened. How would we have done it if we hadn't been able to deduce that? That's right. Law of sine. I'll just set one up. We won't solve it, but it would have been like sine of 11.2 over 97.2 equals sine of 37.2 over sine over side B, and then same thing for side C. No, forget it. That's just sine. Questions about that one? If you can remember the whole bigger angle, bigger the side thing, that's probably going to really help you on the final.
I'm trying to think of you.
I'm glad it worked for you. Other questions? All right, number 4. All right. So, people without notes probably lost the number 4. People with notes probably thought it was one really easy question. Moral of the story, bring your notes. So, what formula do I need for the general term of a geometric? Close. To the n minus 1. That's right. Thank you. A1 times r to the n minus 1. Here, I'll write that out. For the general term of a geometric, the formula was a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. Like that. So from here, it's just plug it in your old calculator, and what is it? Okay. You almost got it out. That must have been the C one you saw. All right. I don't know. Questions on that one? Have your formulas day of the final. They will help you. Yes, they will. Okay. Number 5. Number 5. Is it? Continuity. Is it continuous? Is it not? How do I know? Plug it in. What do you get? Is this possible? No. All you have to do is those. If this had been a piecewise, you just needed to make sure that all of them were the same thing. But we didn't have to worry about that here. Any questions on this one? If it's on one of those 4 reviews I've given you. You can look. You should look at that tonight, and if you find it, ask me about it tomorrow. That's what we'll do. Now, if this one had been a limit problem, what would I have needed to do from here? If this had said find the limit as a approaches 0, what would I have done? Yeah, exactly. Trace around 0. But as it was, we didn't have to worry about that because this wasn't a limit. Number 6. Who can tell me how to do this one? Yes.
Well, first I want to figure out the hypotenuse.
Which was? That's right, Pythagorean theorem. A squared, b squared, c squared. Then what did you do?
Okay, then sine is opposite of the hypotenuse. So the secant is
Close. Secant is not the opposite of sine, it's the opposite of what?
Would be,
Cosine.
that's what I meant to say.
So, well, then you were right. Adjacent over hypotenuse, but you flip it. Now it's hypotenuse over adjacent.
And then
Hypotenuse adjacent. D. Good. As long as you have, you probably, if you don't have them committed to memory, you probably want to write down all of your trig functions, sines, opposite of hypotenuse, cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. Go find those in the book, write those down, and that'll probably get you at least one question. There will be at least one of these kinds of problems on the final, where all you need to do is know which side you're putting into the ratio. Questions? All right. Moving on. Number 7. How do I find the inverse? That's right. And how did you do it? Square it. Okay, very, very good. Which would be A. Alpha. Very good. Flip your variable, solve for y. Question. All right, we're moving. Number 8. Use the given vectors to find the specified scalar. So it looks like all it wants is u dot v. How do we find a dot product? That's right. Take the two I coefficients, so that's 44, plus the two j coefficients, which is negative 24. Add those together, and you get 20. Very good. Dot products, that's only for dot. Of course, anytime you multiply vectors, that's what you're doing. Questions on that one? Boy, not many questions going around today. McKenna, you look so interested. Number 9. How do I know if this is the multiplicative inverse?
You'll have the 1, 0, 0.
When you multiply. That's right. You need to multiply and hopefully get the identity. So, here we go. First row, first column. 2 times 1 is 2. Negative 1 times negative 3 is 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 0. Is that going to be the identity? No. We can immediately know it's no because it shouldn't have a 5 anywhere in there. So the answer is A. If this had been, it'll be the identity all the way through. Hopefully you will not get one on the final where everything works until the very last one. That would just be just mean. I don't check every single problem, but I wouldn't think that would happen. Okay. Questions?
I have another unconventional way on it.
Does anybody have a conventional way to do the last one? What? And what is the formula? That's right.
You don't need the formula.
A49. Well, whatever that is. How did you do it without the formula?
No, just look at the problem. Right? You know it's not going to be 100. Okay? And so you know that when you
That's true. I see where you're going with this.
Numbers, you're going to get an even answer. So it's obviously
Good logic. You're right. There's no way it could be odd. There's no way it's 100. It had to be C. But if you hadn't seen that, which I didn't, so 49 over 2 times a sub 1. The 49th even number is, I believe, 98 if you do the a sub n formula for that one. Again, the formula to find a sub n for arithmetic is that formula right there. So 24.5 times 100 is 2450. Questions?